Hi, I'm Mr. Cotton.
I'm Mr. Gardner.
And welcome to our second Scratch Maze game tutorial videos. This time we're going to be focusing on moving sprites around the screen with the keyboard.
And also understanding the purpose of a forever loop.
Okay, I'm going to let you control the mouse and the laptop on this occasion.
You can lead the way.
Yes, please. If you can get rid of the sticky notes.
Sure.
There's our maze from last time. We've got our crab called Krabby still at the bottom left-hand corner. We've got our maze on our walls. But at the moment, I can't control the crab with anything, the keyboard or the mouse or anything like that. And we just got that. It doesn't do anything at the moment.
Okay.
So we're going to add in some scripts, which is the code or the instructions that all the sprites have to follow.
Fine.
Okay, to be able to do that, you have to click the sprite that you want to control first, which is Krabby. So
down here, click on
Krabby. So then you've got, there's the code that we entered in last time.
Oh yeah, for the animating.
Yeah. This time we're not going to use the green flag, we're going to use something else, but always it starts with an orange control. So if you go back up to there...
The control block, the orange one.
Yeah. Yep. If you see the one underneath the green flag, it says when a space bar is pressed, or when space is pressed. You can change that to any key you want, and I think it makes logical sense to control the crab with the arrow keys.
Okay.
So let's... the first thing it's going to want to go is up, so we may as well say when the up arrow is pressed,
drag that
in. And you need to make it move 10 steps, which is in motion.
And... oh, it's the top one. Move 10 steps.
Drag that in.
Okay, I'll press the up arrow key and see what it does.
Do it.
Well, I mean, appropriate for crab, but not for what we're trying to do. It moves right.
Yes, and that is because you haven't been explicit enough to tell Scratch what you wanted it to do. You have to tell it everything, and at no point did we say go up. We just said move 10, and by default it will move right. So you need to drag in the point in direction block.
Okay.
Yeah, so drag that in between the two because you need to tell it which way to go first before it moves.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, and then that 90, if you click the drop down arrow, and it will tell you what the numbers mean, and they're 0 up.
Oh, that's like degrees, but that also means up.
That's it. Yeah. So now it says when we press the up arrow, point up, and then get ready to move 10.
There he goes. Although I've noticed he's walking sideways along the wall. Can we fix that at all?
You can fix that. Another problem you would have had if you then do the left key, it would have gone upside down, and it's rotating and it's annoying. To fix that, you see the properties at the top for the crab where we changed the name.
Yep.
Yeah, the 3 buttons to the left of the crab there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you hover over those, it says you can rotate.
That's what
don't want that. Next one down, can only face left and right.
And don't rotate at all. Which one should we go for?
I'm going to go for the middle one because it works nicely with the maze games anyway, but also crab should only face left and right, so I'm going to put the middle one. Very good. Okay.
He's straight now.
Okay, so a shortcut as well, because now we're going to have to make the same thing for left, down and right arrow keys, but that'll take ages. So a shortcut, you could right click that chunk of code, duplicate, which means copy it.
Oh yeah, we've got an exact copy, and what, just tweak?
Yeah, just change
drop
the
down boxes.
That's it, yeah.
So we'll do the down. Okay, and change that to
I don't think there's any point in now keeping this going while we do all of that, so we're going to pause just for a second while we add the rest of the arrow keys in. And like magic, there they are.
Yeah, just put these two in as well for left and right.
So to prove that works, look, I'm going to control it. I can now go around the maze using the arrow keys, like that. I could get to the end. There we go. Could have done that. But look, check this out.
Oh, cheating.
Yeah,
cheating.
I could cheat at the moment.
Okay, how do we fix that then?
Okay, there's another set of scripts that you need to put in to be able to stop people cheating. We haven't actually got room on the screen to do that
now. Of script space.
Yes, so at the top right-hand corner, underneath the X buttons, on top of the green flag, you've got 3 options, and the left, if you click that one, it's due to a small stage. Gives you a bit more room, so we can add more code in, and then we can make that bigger again if necessary. Okay. We have the middle button. The one on the right, incidentally, makes it full screen if you ever want to test it in full screen mode. Excellent. Okay. Right, so how do we stop it walking through the walls then? We need to use another orange control. Okay. All right. So I'm going to say when I click the green flag again.
Okay, another one of those.
Yeah, you can have as many when I click the green flag blocks as you want. There's no limit to that. Okay. Now I'm going to say I want it to always be checking if I have ever touched anything pink.
Right, the walls.
Right? Yeah. Yes, and to be able to say always check if something has happened, there is a forever if block down at the bottom there.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, that's what that means. Always check if.
Right, I'll drag that in.
Yeah, and that little box next to if is what are we checking for. Okay. So I need to say something in there about whether or not I'm ever touching pink. Right. Okay, so that would be something that the game is sensing. So if we go to the sensing block, yeah, and you can see touching colour, the second one down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Put that in there?
Yes, please, yeah. And you'll notice that the shape of that fits that little box in there.
The diamond shape, yeah.
Yeah, but that currently says when I'm touching mustard. So click the mustard, and then you see
you got a little eyedropper thing.
The pipette thing, yeah. So now you can click the colour you want.
Oh, and it's gone pink.
Look at that. So now we've said when we start the game, always check if I'm ever touching pink.
What should we do if I am ever touching
That's what's
pink?
missing in that little bracket there. So I think the nicest thing, or probably the harshest thing to do, is send them right back to the beginning. Adds a level of challenge as well.
Back to this corner.
I think so.
Move the crab back here.
Okay. Scratch operates on coordinates.
Okay.
Okay, so I can tell you now that 0.00 coordinate is right slap bang in the middle of the screen.
Oh, in the stage.
That's it, yeah. And you see the little black numbers that are wandering about?
Oh, yeah, they're close to zero. Zero. Yes. There is 0, 0.
Yeah, look at that. Perfect. Those numbers are telling you where your arrow is currently pointing. It's the same thing along the corridor and down the stairs if you're going to where the crab is, or along the corridor and up the stairs if you're going to the top half of the screen or anything like that. Yeah. So we can assume we're going to be in minus numbers.
So back along the corridor.
Back along, backwards, and back down the stairs. Okay, but it's quite difficult to know where that coordinate is. If you've left the crab in the place where you want it to be when it goes back to the start, by default it knows what coordinate that crab currently is at. So if we go back to motion again, you can drag in go to X and Y coordinate. There it is, yeah, drag that in.
Okay, so I see. So the numbers are go to X is minus 197, so that's backwards 197, and then Y is minus 152 down the stairs. So that makes sense. That's the bottom.
And you didn't have to change any of those numbers, but if you wanted to change them, you could type something else in those numbers and set it to go somewhere else if you wanted to.
No, that's good. The bottom left-hand corner is where I want. So if I just put this back to full stage like that, I know I can't see all of that now, but if I click the green flag, should we test this?
Yes, please do.
So I'm just going to walk along and then try and walk into the wall. Oh, back to the beginning. Okay, let's go up a bit further. Go up to the top. Oh, back to the beginning. Yeah. Brilliant.
So what you could do then with other levels is make it so you have to be really precise on how you get through there, and you can add an element of challenge.
Well, levels is a job for another day, I think, Mr. Collins.
It is, yes.
So thank you very much.